So as you can see by the title, it is Sport Fishing on the Fly blooper time. As a special 25th year season, imagine we've been on the air now for 25 years. We want to put together the bloopers from way back in series 6 and 7. Of course, we were quite a bit younger then, all the way up to now. I think we go up all the way to about series 2022. We're now on series 25, and you'll see more of these bloopers to come. But we compiled about 40 minutes of bloopers, and some are pretty hilarious. So I hope everybody enjoys this compilation over 25 years of some of the Sport Fishing on the Fly bloopers.
I'm about... Ready? Okay, we're going to start the fly off by taking about 15 barbs. I was going to say 20 and I changed my mind. You ready? With the goal, ready? But we'll take a clump of our deer hair, put it into our stacker, stack it up nice. Two wraps loose, let it bend around your hook. Oh, you dirty bro. Ready? And there you have it, a finished white marabou mother. No, finish white marabou. Swedish. You ready? Running. You tie up that special little fly you're using for the deep water bone hab pla.
We'll try that again.
Okay, ready?
Running.
Okay.
His nose is peeling.
No, I just...
Can we do something about that, Les? I can't help looking at his nose. His nose is skinning off here. There's chunks falling off his nose, Les. Come on, you can't do this.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, still running.
Ready? I'm going to edit this.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah.
We're running.
Well, today on the bench we have a real nice pattern, and you're saying it's called an Ailvin.
That's right. It's called the Jennings Ultimate Ailvin, and it's fished in the same pattern as, same manner as the egg pattern. Oh, come on.
White Lake or any other lake, make sure you take care, conserve the waters. Get the great fishery here, and it shows. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. I was going right to the thing. That's what I was going to say. See you next time. I was going right to there, and I did that. Okay. Well, now the weather's looking better. I think we'll stay. All right.
Okay, Don, we're going to start off this fly.
Okay, ready? Just a sec. Okay. Wait for the cue.
Signature Concepts net from the guys in Ballston, New York. They sent it to us to try out, and they're really, really nice nets. They're nicely finished. They got this what's it called? Knotless net. Oh, it's going to be one of those. You're right in behind the clippers. You got clippers, and the last tool is this retractable needle. On the fly, make sure you check out our website because we got descriptions of how you can get them and rambling. Yeah. And it's got this retractable and it's got this, no, can't do that either. So here's some good products to put on your list of floatant and silicone floatants like this here. They also make a floatant holder, which is really handy because usually our floatants are in our pockets and sheesh.
Showing some fly tying techniques, different video prep. Don't like that.
Here, so it's nice and close, and you got up to 10 dubbings you can put on. You can put on 12 boggins. You can put on 12 bobbins, bodkins and bobbins. Pull the eyeballs open. You know, in 1991 is when Loon Outdoors started, and they came up with this motto of fishing with a conscience. All their products are biodegradable, economically friendly. You got hardhead, so you want to finish your fly off. It's water-based fly finishing solution stuff. Masterpiece Woodworks. So let's take a look at what's inside here. And we'll start with this hardhead for a finishing. If you like to.
On that stretch of the old man. There's something else I would have loved to have along as our regular, usual cameraman. Is our cameraman. You could tell by the footage today on the old man that it was pretty tough to catch the fish, and I'm sure if I had some of these patterns along with me, I would have been able to feel. Green drakes have nice long mayfly tail, and the flavs have really. a really, really short tail. Oh, there it is, the finished flab mayfly. Got to remember, if you ever outfit it.
Welcome to the bench. Well, today I'm going to tie up the fish. This pattern works great for us, and I know it's it's a killer pattern. Give it a try.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the bench. Well, today I'm going to tie you up a sculpin pattern. That's fish. Come to the bench. You know, the real nice thing about good patterns is they can always be modified to be a little bit better. Okay, you ready? And there it is, the finished cutthroat candy. Now the name says it all. If you're ever fishing rivers or lakes, wherever cutthroat are fishing, wherever fish are.
How to fish the river in October.
No.
We were just out to have some fun because we had all the guys with us.
We had the guests. We had Matt Rolick. Matt Rolick? You better go and get some dry clothes on.
And we're going to go in depth how you fish for them. Like today, fishing here at the Raft River.
Yeah, doing A patterns. We were fishing those little Brentel's gonna get him in here to tie us that fly that he's using. So excited. Okay, here we go again. A real nice pattern he's using, and it's called the
Brent's Blood Leech.
Brent's Blood.
We'll try that again.
Fun and welcome to Sport Fishing on the Fly. Well, today we're at our home wateries. No, home wateries?
Oh, what was I going to say again?
Hope you like it so
Well, I hope everybody enjoys it so far.
Have you?
Doing the show, and I think that is awesome. It's, you know, the way we're doing the show, and we're just talking about doing the show right now. This here is called the bug bag. This is something we came up with here at Sport Fishing on the just to alleviate some of the problems that you have when you're looking for materials. I think this is really revolutionary, and it's gonna called the bug bag. That's what it's called, all right, the bug bag. Tying instructions. You get a picture of what the final
It was a great day. We always say great, but it was a great day.
Stay of fishing on the Coeur d'Alene River. Unbelievable cutthroat action.
Yeah, they're really getting there now.
Hi everyone, welcome to day.
Allow it to tail out and retrieve the fly like you would a woolly bugger. Oh, that's too bad, like a woolly bugger. Mainly because it floats so high and it gives just a great float. My favorite caddis patterns because it sits so high and dry. Okay. Oh, there it is, the finished rubber-legged tractor. Rubber-legged tie, which they are. But if you have this one pattern in your box, it'll do the job.
Take 95. We haven't done this for a while.
I know. Okay, ready? Yeah. Well, there it is, the finished rubber leg.
That was a good day.
Yeah, it was a really good day, actually.
I enjoyed myself fishing for bass. We were usually out after rainbows and cutthroats, but fishing for bass was a lot of fun.
Yeah, bass are good. You know, the only I can't say it. Disappointing. I'm trying to say disappointing. That's a nice jam belly.
Kelly. That's Kelly with the arms.
You look like a fuel master, Cassie.
Oh, there it is, the finished black liquid lace. Black liquid lace chronomers. This new liquid lace is quite good. It makes the chronomers look natural. Is that right? Okay, here we go. This new liquid lace material really gives the fly a unique look. Unique look? Gives it that translucent color, which the fish really like. Damn, how was I going to finish? How was I going to finish that?
The reverse top.
Material really gives the fly a lifelike look in the body. Oh, in the body. Okay, here we go. You know, this new liquid lace material really gives the fly a lifelike look. And when you tie the head backwards like that with the wing case pulled back, it gives the fly that much more of a natural look in the water. There's plenty of ingredients in this fly that make it special. You've got the crystal flash off the back of the... There's a few ingredients that make this pattern special.
Okay, ready? Yeah. I'll try to take a few. Hey everyone, welcome to It's gonna take a few. Hey everyone, welcome to today's adventure on sport fishing on the fly.
Ready? One of the best colors to use when tying a leech is claret or purple and even reds. This fly really... Oh, this fly what? Okay. Okay.
Don and I are pretty lucky. How would you sum up what these things are about?
These things are all jeez.
I kind of threw you off there.
Yeah, big time.
I wanted to lead you into your line there.
Thanks, buddy.
Portable packing them up fishing.
One of the best patterns you're ever going to use in the Columbia during the summertime is this small little elk hair caddis.
What?
Call it. One of the best patterns you're ever going to fish on the Columbia is this pattern. One of the best patterns you're ever going to fish on the Columbia is this pattern I'm about to show you. Yeah. Okay, no, keep it going.
Okay.
One of the best patterns you're ever going to use on the Columbia River during the summer is this pattern. Why can't I say that?
I don't know.
Okay, here we go again. One of the best flies you're going to use on the Columbia River during the summer.
Nothing wrong with putting a herring on your line.
Okay.
Recording all this.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Let's try
We'll
something.
try to take one. This could be quite a few.
To show a weave pattern, but I think there's a few of you out there that would probably appreciate this fly. Make sure you have the materials ready before you tie this fly.
Oh my god.
That was good too, wasn't it?
Yes.
In the competitions, that always happens to you too.
You can't take the heat.
Anyway, it was a great day.
It was.
It was for such a great cause too.
Yeah, you can't beat the children's with. Go again. The children without easy. We can do a cutaway from there.
We could.
Yeah, if you want, or do you want to start again?
Let's try it again. That was good though.
We're rambling. Yeah, okay. Pattern that I've designed, and it is a little complicated, but I know a lot of you out there will probably appreciate it. Make sure you... Make sure you... I can't... I know. I'm just trying to say. Okay, here we go again. Try it again. It's a real nice chronomid pattern, easy to tie, and very, very effective for whitetail. For a whitefish. But okay. This chronomid pattern is really well proven with rainbow trout. Okay. And there you have it, the finished weave chironomid. Now the nice thing about this fly is by varying the colors of the monochord that you weave with, you can apply it to different flies. You can get. What am I trying to say? Stop it. Good. Okay, one more. Today on the bench, I'm going to tie you up the fire engine. Now the fire engine is a chironomid pattern. Ready? Today on the bench, I'm going to tie you up one of my favorite go-to patterns, and it's called the parachute Cahill. It will really affect... No, I don't want to get into that. I just want to leave that, right? Today on the bench, I'm going to tie you up one of my favorite go-to patterns. Okay.
Well, you know, today we've come back to... I'll go over... Oh, no. This is going to take a couple here. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Sport Fishing on the Fly. Well, just like the logo says, we're back at Cypress Hills, and Brent Schlenker, a Cypress Flying Tackle, has invited us back to go after some more big fish. It was a couple of years ago when we were here. You might have seen the show. We caught some 12, 13, 14-pound rainbows. Well, we're back at it again today. He's got a multitude of lakes he can... Well, today we're back in the Cypress Hills, and Brent Schlenker is... Schlenker. Oh man. Maybe he is. I don't know. He didn't look that big, did he? Again. Oh no, bulldog. Today on the bench, you're going to notice something a little bit different. And the reason is I'm tying a very small pattern. And whenever I have to tall. Okay, right? There he goes, unbuttoned again. Little green chronomid. Every cast in there. Yeah. Two pulls, and we're into a fish. So what they're doing, and what we noticed before in the past, cut? No, that's cast. This is cast.
Oh, cast. Oh, you're saying Shut up. Okay, I'll cast. And mainly chironomids, though. We didn't get into much else. But this lake here, Summit Lake, is just predominantly known for chironomids. We've always had good chironomid fishing here. Okay, you can say something now. I didn't realize you wanted me to say something. I was agreeing with you 100%. I was nodding the camera. Uh-oh. You know what? I saw the plop plop, but it was really close to my indicator.
Uh-oh.
So I bet you I'm fishing a foot of water. That's what it looked like to me. And the thing with corkies or indicators or, see, now there it is.
Yeah.
A lot of times they slide.
Yeah.
And when they slide, oh no, look at that.
Yeah.
See?
It's not just a slide.
It's not a slide. That was a bad cast.
Ouch.
This is why you want to use an open loop. Now looks a lot worse than it is, or is it? Sometimes you can, without pulling it too much, you can get rid of these tangles quite easily.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, no. It's around it's around there. Okay, well, we got a little more serious issue than I thought.
Okay.
Went to it?
Bullseye, yeah. Well, fire it out
Into it.
again. Let's see if we get another one. And I know Colin's still working over there.
Yeah, he had the strike just before.
He did, he caught it. That's right, the fish have been feeding heavy on the cronies and he's trying to fire a leech out there or something now, but we'll keep trying it and see. It looks like we might have some movement in this fish. That's what you call a take. That was classic. That was one of your kind of pulls.
That was a big hook set.
Yeah. Awesome.
They broke you off.
Broke them off.
Broke them off.
Wow. On this one. I'm just gonna, I'll sit here, I'll just turn, and then I'll take off my glasses, and drop down and say, what?
Running.
And there it is, the finished little T. Oh no, I don't want to do that, do I? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say again. Oh, audio was on?
I think so.
Okay, that's good, you should be able to hear it.
I can hear you, yeah.
Well, it was a lot of fun, you know, putting on the show today. We had some tough times. We showed you a lot of different techniques to use. We showed you some, I'll get that. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to go. You know, we've got some major storm coming in. We had a whole gamut of weather today. We had the rain, the sun. You never know when a lake, if you're having problems in a real tough situation, go through all your flies. Try different depths. Try different retrieves. I mean, we tried it all. We went through the whole lake. Well, not a whole lot of moving. Got a few fish here and there, but again, pretty successful. You know, we caught about 5-6 fish each. Not a bad day, if you consider it overall. Again, I want to thank Colin Wyron for inviting us up here. Penticton. Princeton. Okay, ready?
Yep, still rolling.
I'm wondering if I should start from the top. Oh. Trying to fix the underwater camera. This is what happened to my line. No, it wasn't one else casting.
Blame it on it. Blame it on the camera.
So Kale, this is second take. I didn't have my audio on, but should be all right. Might have been all right. Yeah. If it is good, if it's Yeah, not, we always do. too fucking Second one's bad. always blah blah blah. Anyways. So.
Yeah, it'll take us 9 takes now.
Running.
A good friend of mine over in Princeton, and his name is
Okay, running.
I was fishing with a good friend of mine, Colin Wyron, over in Princeton. Just a few,
Running.
I was fishing with a good friend of mine over in Princeton, BC, and his name's Colin Wyron. Well, Colin, we're fishing a lake on.
Running.
I was out fishing last year with a good friend of mine, Colin Wyron from Princeton, and he was out fishing me about 5 to 1 in one of the local lakes, and I kept asking him what he.
Running.
I was out fishing with a good friend of mine, Colin Wyron from Princeton, BC, and he was out fishing me about 5 to 1 in one of the local lakes. So I asked him what he was using, and he kept yelling back to me, "Not for Al." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Not for Al." And I still couldn't understand him, so he said, "Say it very slowly." So I said it slow, "Not for Al." Well, Al is a good friend of ours. He's a CEO. Hey, Kale, he was the first one. I'm butchering the rest, though. Okay, Kale, I'm trying one more. Here we go.
Running.
Roche Lake is one of my Roche Lake is one of my favorite lakes to fish. It did make my top 10 on Outdoor Magazine when I actually wrote an article. The beauty of this lake is Roche Lake is one of my favorite lakes to fish. It actually made my top 10 when I wrote an article. Roche Lake is one of my favorite places to fish. It actually made my top 10 list of favorite all-time places. Yeah, we got into one of the big dollies. I don't know how big he is. I saw him. He looks about, I don't know, he looked about 5 to 6 pounds. I'm not sure, but. Oh yeah, look at him. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Guess what it is? It's a big squawfish. Look at it.
Nice.
Nice. That's what also you can catch in here. Big squawfish. I thought I finally had a big dolly. Oh. Oh no.
The big toad.
Okay, you got the net? Yeah. Okay. If you can lift it up higher, he's gonna get away. Yeah.
I got ya. A lot of casts, a lot of hope, a lot of prayers, eh, Al?
Yep.
A lot of prayers.
I'm on a ride.
And a lot of rye. We'll be tapping into it later. If we get punished, we'll see. New materials in the fly tying world are really allowing. Should I say are really allowing? New materials in the fly tying world are allowing us. No. One of my favorite patterns to use for no. Okay. There are lots of bloodworm patterns available. Something like that. Okay. Multitasking. I love it. You gotta be able to multitask when you're a guide.
Yeah. So
Some guide, you haven't even let me cast yet. You've been catching all the fish.
Can't help it.
Don, I got a breakfast fish.
All right.
I've never been out in a lake this early, but we did it because it's gonna blow today.
Yeah. Well, we got out here how early, Brian? It was like 7.
We're at the water at 7:30, man.
Well, look at you.
I couldn't even see my indicator. That's not good.
That isn't good at all.
Oh, just went under.
Oh, he's going. He's going. Oh, going. Somebody grab my rod. Grab my rod. Grab my rod. I'm filming. Grab my rod. Lift it up. Oh.
Grab my
I am filming. Wow, that was awesome.
Gone under.
Please help. Somebody help. Oh.
a little slow.
Too bad. Well, I couldn't see my indicator. I just see my line tighten. Everybody, your indicator's gone.
I just watched it go down.
Darn.
Didn't quite get the hook set.
I missed him. See the indicator. It was good.
Funny.
Oh, it was. Oh, well.
It's a little baby.
Is it?
Looks like the kind Don catches on the indicator. Don't splash me, buddy. Oh! I had to say it.
He got his face wet.
Oh, I don't like that.
I like that.
He's gone, just like that. There you go. We pop out 20 feet, 30 feet off the front edge of our wharf into fish that size. Phenomenal. Out here dragging. Whew. Looking forward to a good afternoon.
I guess I better push the record button now.
Shut up.
No.
Now, one question I got for the Bulldog. Now, when has Al ever been the top rod?
We talked about it. We think the witches have been dancing around the cauldron because Al, I think we've been fishing together for probably 25 years.
At least, yeah.
And this is the one he gets to gloat all winter as being top rod. On the
I
last
know it's
trip.
bad enough that he outfishes us, but at the end of the year, that's a kicker. Every year here on Sport Fishing on the Fly, we like to know. Every year on Sport Fishing on the Fly, we like to take a week trip. And this year, okay. Every year we take a weekly trip. No, every year I take a, or is it I or we? Look at the way he fights like, got a plan. I guess. What a fight though.
This guy's in as rough a shape as you're ever gonna
See a coho.
He's
You
a
know
hump.
what? You know what? Maybe it's because of the hump on him that he had so much leverage. I mean, look at this fish.
We'll
He's
call
a
him
mutant.
Quasimodo. The hump.
Quasimodo. Hold him up. I mean, look at that, though. Isn't that
Yeah,
bizarre?
yeah, you gotta see that.
Look at this. That fish had major torque, that coho, but it's a mutant.
He
yeah.
looked like a big pink
Yeah,
humpy.
but he's a coho.
Cool with the green
All right,
hair.
well, let's let him go.
Wait a minute.
What?
You know what he is?
What?
He's a sockeye.
Oh, he's a sockeye.
Yeah, look at it. It's the green head.
Oh, yeah, it is
He's
a
a-
green head.
He's a mutant sockeye.
Sockeye. Oh, man, who knows? The whole lake is like an ocean right now. We got, I'm thinking, 2 to 3 foot swells. Doesn't help when you got a chuck and duck fly like that, the big PMS. I've taken a few off the head. Ever since my hat went in the water, oh, there's one thing I hate, it's wind. I hate wind.
Yeah, I'm not getting blown away. I wish I had one in the other arm too.
I've fallen in the boat twice.
Yeah.
I went into the canopy. You almost went out the back of the boat. What do you call your rock, Bob?
Anchor.
Anchor.
Oh, he's a nice.
Sometimes this is what happens. You get overpowered with a rod. That's why you always bring backups. Look at right from the butt. Oh, gee whiz. Gee whiz. Damn. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh. And just like that, he's gone. Well, bro, we worked pretty hard today. Oh,
There's still one left.
there's still one left out there. I'm gonna get my line on the. Oh,
it's a
that's
good
a
one.
nice one. Oh no.
Oh, I lost.
Oh, you lost him.
Oh, that was a big fish.
That was a bigger fish.
That was a big fish. I just lost him.
Oh, I pulled too hard. Yeah. Because I just saw it going. I panicked. Oh, he busted me off. I'm going, you know what we're going to do? Whoa! Hello. Oh, nice fish. Yeah, beautiful. Oh. Right in the face. For the bench segments, Brett will be doing all the tying, and I'll be introducing the materials. Introducing the materials.
It's gonna be a long.
Okay, here we go. Well, we've made it to the bench, and Brent will be doing all the tying, and I'll be introducing the materials we'll be saying. Well, the next pattern we're going to tie, the next pattern we're going to tie.
The trout kind of
Yeah.
keying on them.
And I know Grant is going to have, he's going to key on and look what, oh, frick. Oh, don't break your net.
$200 net.
Oops. The next pattern we're going to tie you is just a generic shrimp. Okay. The next pattern we're going to tie you is a generic shrimp. That's in my head. I got to say shrimp. Eat so many different food items. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. The fly. Corona with. Okay, needed. The first fly we're going to tie is Brent's seal bugger. No, it's not. Frick, it's Denny's seal bugger. Okay.
Wait, Granny, I got a freaking knot in there.
He's all done bunged up.
Particularly beaded head flies and your fly line, so you don't get those wind knots and you don't get those nasty bird nests.
Exactly. So it is actually the same family as mosquitoes?
Exact same family as mosquitoes.
Okay. It's just they don't bite.
That's wrong.
Cycle with chronomid for the viewers.
Sure, Don. And what we want to know, understand, what,
Playing one at a time,
sure,
and that way we don't get all bungled up.
that's right.
Bungled's the word. Is it?
Yeah. It's kinkled.
Saw some unique things today.
Well, we were fortunate to catch a few fish and do a couple of throat samples to see some patterns of whatever. Being out fishing chironomids, there's lots of opportunity to observe what the real ones look like, and then we can, whatever. I know what I'm going to say.
I hope you enjoyed those flies because those are two very innovative pupa patterns.
They certainly were, and what was this supposed to say?
I have no idea. I thought you knew. They put a gun to my head, Granny. Like a meat more bar in my hand, and I took a bite out of it. They made me do it. They weren't going to let me fish anymore on the boat if I didn't.
Now we have to tie him down on the trip home. He's gonna
Brian and Les both like eat crabs. I can't believe it. Yeah, they are good. The peanut. It's the peanuts that do it. Whoa. Oh no. No, look at my line.
Oh, rookie.
Nope. How did that get? Look at
Look at this.
Oh well, so much for that fish.
He's still there.
This video is a chironomid that was a very great bream.
Found on. We're past the major insect hatches of the year, so those fish are feeding on as earlier on in the late summer months or summer period.
Oh, now he's back. Look at all this.
My name
Rookie.
is Jeff. Not commonly seen free swimming in lakes. They like to hide under logs, rocks, in the vegetation, things like that.
I know. Fuck, right on my head. Right in the freaking eyeball, Duke. Oh, we're back at the shelter, and I think now we'll explain what a leech is. What is a leech? No, that sounds stupid. Redundant or what? Okay.
Leeches are members of the phylum Annelida, which are segmented worms, which include earthworms, aquatic earthworms, and leeches.
I just started thinking about something. I had to laugh. Okay, I gotta gather myself. Just the way you're saying that.
Well, leeches are members of the...
Hold on. Just wait a second. I got something funny in the head right now. I gotta get it out. There's something new up at Kalani that when I was filming. I gotta stop. Okay, deep breath. Just wait a minute.
Okay, so I'll pick it up as the leeches are members of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Leeches are...
I'm ready.
So leeches are members of the phylum Annelida.
I can't do it. I can't look him in the eye right now. Oh man. Can we take an apple break for a minute?
That's a little,
Grasshopper?
Aphid or something?
like we're in Australia and it's a Komodo dragon there.
Oh yeah? Cool. Little
Right under your feet.
little lizard?
What the hell?
Whoa! What the hell was that all about? Oh man, oh man.
Oh, that was good.
Who gave us this table anyways? Holy crap.
Okay, I'm running, so you go
Yeah, I'll go pretty quick here. The beauty of coming on a week-long trip is you get to save... Oh, okay, here we go. The beauty of coming on a week-long trip is you get to fish the same waters a couple of times over. The beauty of coming on a week-long trip is you get to fish the same waters a couple of times over. The big thing about today... Oh, no. The beauty of coming on a week-long trip is you get to fish the same time. The beauty of a week-long trip is you get to fish the same waters a couple of times over. The bad thing about West Coast fishing is you have to deal with the weather and fluctuating water conditions. Last night we had some heavy rain and last night we had some heavy rains. The great thing about taking a week-long trip is you get to fish the same waters a couple of times over. The thing about West Coast fishing, got smoke? Yeah, I got smoke. Of course you do. The Kitimat River near Kitimat River, okay, hold on here.
one of the most desirable and fun fish to catch on a fly rod is a coho salmon, and especially when they're bright chrome silver, fresh out of the ocean. On the Kitimat River, we have that opportunity today. And that's where was I going with that? One of the most enjoyable salmon, yeah. Okay. One of the most enjoyable salmon to catch. Oh, what a cluster. Oh,
This is ugly.
that is as ugly as I've ever seen it. You finished laughing yet or what? Oh, this is just a cluster. Come on. That was a nice hit. Oh, I lost my twig. Now that the body's tied in, we're gonna take our what is it? Now that the body's tied in, we're gonna take a year after year. There's a go-to pattern that year after year, there's a pattern that is always my go-to and always seems to catch fish, and that's my red-eyed blah 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 blah. And there it is, the big pink. Now this pattern, okay, here we go again. After the tail's tied in, the thread is still at the back of the hook. I'm gonna take my rabbit, my red rabbit. Oh, hold on. The tip, it's all bent over.
What?
It's all bent.
That's a 9 foot. Do you want more?
What's with the glasses? You're like me now.
Be able to see.
We both need glasses. We can't see anything.
Can't seem to tie the fly on.
Well, Phil, look at it. Look at the tip. It's all bent. The tip's all bent. So remember, when you're coming down to the tropics, especially fishing for tarpon, 2-meat rods are required. Make sure you have a 10 weight and a 12 weight, both about 9 feet long. Make sure they're short and stiff. Oh, short and stiff. Looks like a damn circle hook. Another little bone. How good is that guy?
Smaller, but
Looks nice. Nice thing about getting the bones in here in this nice flat is there's no mangrove, little shrubs to hook on, no coral to break your line. It's actually just a true, it's just a true flat. And you lost them again. Oh my God!
how you doing?
That's definitely the outtake show.
Oh, the barrel roll.
No water in the room for shower this morning.
Oh my God! Only Schlenk, eh? Goes to get his rod, little barrel roll out right on the front of the boat. It's a darn good thing it's shallow here, because Schlenk would have gone bloop down like a rock.
You can't swim a stroke.
Nothing.
You came up.
You came up flailing. Bonefish is one of the prized saltwater fly fishing. One of the prized saltwater fly fish? What the? You don't only get much. Oh. Well, what I want to do is I'm just going to do a little blurb about the extra for the tarp and then say, you know, you guys all have fun and you guys, and then we're good.
Running.
Well, we're heading back to Yurko Port and, you know, Jacaro. Hold it, Jacaro. No, start again.
Running.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Sport Fishing on the Fly. Today, or this week, we're up here on Ungava Bay. It's in north...
Ungava.
Oh, Ungava. So anyway, you look forward to some great char fishing here at Ungava Bay, Pain River Lodge. Ungava, stupid. Well, quite a day we had there, Al. We're up here, again, on Pain River with Arctic Adventures, on the Pain River at Arctic Adventures Lodge here. And man, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a hook. Oh, my rod. Oh, what the? What am I hooking? So make sure you have the, oh nah. Oh, and I can just go, but I can go from there. Make sure you can change the shot and then go make sure you have these materials right. Because you are going to catch some exceptionally big fish on this fly. Blah, blah, blah. Pattern, make sure you tie it on a very strong hook. A stainless steel hook, a steelhead pattern hook. Oh, steelhead hook. Blah. So there it is, the finished blood red balanced leech. Now, every year, blah, blah. So there it is, the finished flesh-eating sculpin. I picked this in, okay, here we go now.
Okay, running.
On the skeena, okay.
Just a second.
We tied in by the tip. The tips are fairly thin, and we want all this nice bushy fiber at the very back. Oh, are you kidding me?
Running.
Now, the next part, what is that? That's your phone. No, I can't do it without my glasses. Okay, let's go again. You know, position it so it's, let's see, position it, so how far is that? That's like, I won't get it right. So there it is, the finished Columbia River nymph. It's a great pattern to use through the summer, spring, fall, summer, spring. It's a real good pattern. It uses these nice EP fibers. Yes, it uses the EP Puglisi fiber. Oh, I can't get on the right wavelength. But you know what? There's so many adaptations. But you know, you've got 100,000 different type chronomid patterns to try. Go to the bench, do a little, I can't say do some experiment. Chronomids, there's 100 billion different patterns you can try. So go to the bench and do a little experimentation. I guess well, yeah, I mean, that's good. So to start the fly, here we go again. Okay. Now take a strand of your olive sparkle. Okay. Now take a strand of your olive sparkle. Why can't I say sparkle? So there it is, the finished green UV sparkle nymph. Very effective pattern, and really, what am I talking about? It's green UV sparkle nymph. So there it is, the finished green. Okay, here we go again. So there it is, the finished green UV sparkle nymph. As I mentioned on the intro, it's a great overall pattern to use in rivers, and I even use it in lakes. Holy cow, I know, so close. Okay, here we go again. Okay, ready? But we also use it as an attractor anywhere else for rainbow trout, cutthroat, or anywhere else you're trying to blah, blah, blah. So there it is, the finished light Cahill stimulator. Oh, for these tuna, like, And it's just a real good overall universal, why do I say overall? It's just a real good universal attractor pattern.
He's got no hook.
Couple, I'm sure I had a bite because I pulled it back and I'm thinking, that's not a snag.
There's a good
Plus,
outtake.
you can't snag when you don't have a hook.
Okay, running.
Okay. To start the fly off, but before I put my thread on, okay, here we go. Today on the bench, I want to tie you up. Okay, here we go. But this is why it works so well in the deep water. I don't know, what do I want to say? You know, this pattern resembles, its pattern imitates nothing in nature. Cut the hook right about there, the front hook. What?
I
You
just
hit
hit
it?
the camera.
Yeah, I know. So there it is, the finished purple flash. There's two things I've learned. Two things I've learned? Really? No. There's a few things I've learned. No. When fishing for steelhead, try for some steelhead, but today, there's lots of different ways to fish the Skeena River for the coho and the steelhead. And today we want to show you a little bit about. Once the tail's tied in, I've taken a strand of my olage.
Running.
What did I call this fly? Oh, the green hornet. Okay. So there it is, the finished green hornet. It's a very, 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 very good. So there it is, the finished green hornet. It is a very good balanced leech pattern. Very good balanced leech pattern. I don't want to say very good. It's a solid hit. So there you have it, the finished green hornet. It is a balanced leech pattern, as I said in the intro, and it's a very, very, why do I say very, very all the time?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Got something stuck in my head that it's very something. As I said before, you're going to use blood red and you... Why can't I say it? Okay, here we go again. Okay, here we go. This is it. So there it is, the finished green hornet. It's one of the main patterns you're going to use in green. Why am I saying the main pattern? I've lost it. Done? So there it is, the finished green hornet. It's probably not, I can't get probably out of my head now either. There it is, the Finnish Green Hornet. So there it is, the Finnish Green Hornet. It is a balanced leech pattern, so it's very effective fished over weeds. And always remember, where these flies really shine is when you fish them over weeds because they hang just above the weeds. Why did I change it?
Okay, running.
So there it is, the Finnish Green Hornet. And remember, when you're fishing a balanced leech, they are the best used when fished over weeds. Best used? Okay, here we go. Okay. And there it is, the Finnish Green Hornet. And remember, it's a balanced leech pattern, and where they're most effective is over weed beds.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that. That's a take. To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one shown, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.